Hi, now we are going to talk about the decorator applications. Here we'll talk about the logger, and the static decorations, right? So earlier we have discussed that how to calculate the time, right, for running any functions, right? For that we had created a function called timed decorators, right? So again, here we are going to create this utility decorator that will log off the function call, like it will know when the function was called, right? So here we have this function called logged, which takes the f function. Then we have this wrap function. We have imported this, and then to calculate when like on which time this function was created, we are using this datetime and the time zone. In the inner function, first we executed the function, and then we are printing the output. Again, remember we are first executing the function, and then we are printing the output. So whenever we'll create this, and whenever, let's say that here we have this logged function, so where, like again we have this logged function 1, logged function 2, and then when we run this function 1, it will call that function, like it will give me this output. So the function name, this is what we have printed. We have printed first the function name, and then the word, like at what time it was called. So this is the time it was called. Let's call the function 2, so it was called at this time, right? We can even stack the multiple decorator. So let's again redefine our time function that we had created earlier. Again, this function is also first trying to create the, like execute the function, and then after that it is trying to print the functions, right? So when we run this, now we can stack our decorator in this format. So the first decorator is the timed decorator, second decorator is logged decorator, and then we have the factorial function over here. So when we run this, and now let's try to run the factorial. Now we are getting factorial called at this, factorial run for this, and this is the value we are getting, right? So here, now in this, again, consider that here, this first the time function was called, then the logged function was called, then this logged function is calling the factorial function. But when you see the output, this output seems to be for the first output you are seeing for the logged function, then the output we are seeing for the timed function, and then we are getting the actual output. This is because how we are printing the result. Remember, first we are executing the result here as well and here as well, right? And then after that we are printing the result. Because of that, this result, the result we are getting this as a reverse. But internally, first we are calling the timed function, then the time function is executing the logged function, and then the logged function is executing the factorial function over here, right? So ultimately this is the the code is executing, right? So timed function is executing logged function. As a function we are passing logged function, and in the logged function we are passing the factorial function over here, right? Like over here when we do so, and then we run this factorial of 10, first we can see that time function, then the logged function, and then the factorial. But because we are printing after the result, so first the logged function will be printed here. This is the logged function output, and this is the time function output, and this is the actual result, right? We can even reverse this. If you reverse this, so the output will also reverse. Can you say this? It is a good to use this at the rate notation, right? You can even flip this value. You can put log after that and time after that, right? You can put this, or you can even put first time and then log. It will work, right? So both will work. Again, to make this clear, let's understand this example. Here we have this dec1, which takes the function. We have the inner function, and now here first we are printing the output, and then we are returning the function. So in this inner function we are printing first, right? In the earlier function we were printing after that. So this will make sense that which function is executed at the first hand, right? Then we have the dec2. Here also we are printing first, and then we are executing another function. And now here we have decorated. First we are decorating with the dec1, then we are decorating with the dec2, and then we are executing, and then we are defining my function. So let's run this. When we execute my function, we are saying that running dec1, running dec2, because this is how we are printing. Again, if you flip the result, you'll get the different output, right? This is how a decorator work. Thank you very much.